Hello, Woody. Shall we go for a walk, mate? Shall we go for a walkies? Take doggy. Do you want to go around the field, mate? Hey, come here. Sit. Sit. Shall we go around the field? Step. Here, step. Good lad. Good lad. You want to go for a little walk? Yeah? Relax. Relax. What's going on then, mate? Lots of visual. Up this path here, top, there's a main motorway that runs through there to London. I mean, even that's a fairly new road. When I was a kid, that weren't up there, but the original road used to travel along there to London. It's the high point, and this here is the old cart track. It used to go up there from the villages down below, and years of cart drivers throwing flint to the left and to the right, and the carts has cut this in through the wood, and it's quite an interesting and a nice bit to walk up through. You can see this erosion there right through. Yeah, it goes all the way up to the top road there, and that was the old cart route taking up the goods up to the top villages up on these hills above. So down in the village was a couple of corn mills. There's still one down there that's running as a museum. So you can just imagine the old carts coming up through here, and every now and again there'll be a flint, and I expect the old horseman, cart driver will jump off and chuck them up that bank, and that's probably why you've got all these flints up here. There's a big sort of mound that drops off there, but there's some big old flints up here. And these banks are all chalk. And we ain't far away from the White Cliffs of Dover. And you can see even that chalk is here. And that chalk, millions of years old, forms from sediment of crustaceans, basically small pieces of crustacean bone dropping down after over millions of years, forming chalk. And that all the farms around this way, sometimes in the middle of a wood you can find a big hole that's been dug right down. Quite dangerous if you come across these things and are not covered. There used to be teams of 3 people going around farms digging them shafts and getting all this chalk out, breaking it up, and they'd put it on the fields. So this team of 3 would dig these massive shafts out straight down at the bottom, and they'd start tunnelling in a couple of directions, getting out all this chalk, and they'd be hired by farmers, and then the farmers would then spread it all over the field. So if you had clay soil, you used to put a bit of lime back in it. I mean, now they have lorry loads delivered of all this stuff, but around this way where it's chalky down south, you do see there's a dog coming down, so the hawk's not going to like that, so I'm going back into the field. There's a lot of walkers out today. Good boy, come on. That little Patterdale is going around terrorising all the other dogs, and he's alright out hunting, and we normally keep away from people, but as I'm just having a walk today, I'm trying to find places where there's no people, because obviously the Harris hawk doesn't like the dogs, don't mind mine, so it's just picking roots. We've got people there, people down there, there's people on the top of the hill. I'm hoping to get up through this wood before I see anyone. The hawk's doing well, not too bothered about it, a little bit. He's got his eye out, but he's okay. Lovely warm Saturday afternoon. People everywhere. So that cart track would be up through there, up there and back onto the main road, which runs to London now. But it's still the highest point, and that's where they would have travelled years ago, delivering any bits and pieces, any produce that come from in the valley. This used to be on the maps. There was a building here and one up there years and years ago. We're out walking with the hawk every day now, getting ready to start. I should put him on a creance once. I've not dropped his weight yet. Not long now we'll be out hunting. So I'm just manning Woody up at the moment, having a walk, getting him used to being out again and seeing the sights. It's a little bit of a sad time today, because yesterday my little faithful dog, 18 years old, that he's been out hunting and ferreting and had to have him put down. Time came, but it's just so sad when that happens, when you love your animals. So it was a very difficult thing, difficult decision, but I'm having a day of sort of guilt feeling. I thought I'd get out and have a nice walk with my dog. So I'll put a few pictures of my old dog called Gibson. He has been in the earlier videos, but he's an old dog of 18, so he was a little bit retired and very confused at the end, completely deaf, but still a lovely dog. But the time comes, and yeah, this is what happens if you've got animals. Sometimes you've got to go through that. So my little dog Gibson, named after guitar Gibson, has been out hunting with the hawk. But when he was a little puppy over this land here, he used to be so quick, and he spent all his life, 18 years, running these hills with me. You know, when I'm thinking about it now, it's hard, and slowly after a few days, you know, it starts to feel better, because it's happened before. I've had many dogs, and their life is shorter than ours, so you see them, and fortunately you have to deal with all that sadness. I had a rescue dog. I've rescued a few dogs. I like doing that. This one's a rescue. He was 8 when I got him. He's 10 now, and he's working well with the hawk. And I had a lurcher, a black lurcher. It was 7, had him for a few years. Unfortunately, had got cancer in his back hip, and he had to go. Also, must never forget the lovely Toby, Jack Russell. That dog was half human, and when he had to go, that really did get to me. That was that little dog was with me every minute of the day. So whether I get another one, I'd like to have a rescue German wirehead pointer. That's what I'd like. I do like to rescue them, as I say, and if I can, I'll probably look out for one of those, or if anyone knows where there is one, even a puppy. But I'm not paying the crazy money for them. It's just pointless. Not pointless, but there's no need. It's better to rehome. Is that right, Woody? It's better to rehome, isn't it? Hey? There's so much to look at up here, Woody, isn't there? So much. Won't be long. You'll be flying through them trees. To get this dog. Chewy! Sit! Sit! Listening, as we're going to be hunting in a little while. And I want to just get him focusing on me again. Sit! So he knows when I say sit, it means sit for as long as I need him to sit, until I've decided to let the hawk go, and then we move on. So what I normally do, sit, is just walk around him a few times, stay, make sure he's staying, doesn't get distracted. Stay, not easy, and we haven't done this for a while, so all he's been doing is running about, so I just want to get him retuned. Stay. And now I'm going to get him distance sitting for a little while, but this is the hard bit for a little pat down. Stay. Stay. Hey, stay. So I'll walk away. Stay. Sit. Sit. Stay. But I'll do this every time I'm out now. Stay. Hey, sit. Here, get used to it. Stay. Good boy. There's a good boy. Sit. 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 Stay. 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 In there. In there. Good boy. What's in there? Good boy. I've not got permission here, but it's a walking route, and there's loads of rabbits along here. There's one there. Dog's on it, but we don't want him on them. I was just wondering if the hawk saw one, whether he would bait. This way. But that little dog, he's not forgot what we're up to. But there's a lot of rabbits out this year, which is a good sign, because over the last 15-20 years it's been numbers dropped, but I've noticed this year we seem to have more. Sit. Good boy. Sit. Chewy, go and find the rabbits. Where are they? He's got a good nose on him, that dog. There's rabbits on that breast of that hill there. One down there. There's loads along here. So the numbers have really increased. I love my hawk, and I love the hawking. What I don't enjoy, and I find it difficult, is when the hawk has to eat meat, and that's part of it, part of the cycle. He's a predator. He can't eat carrots. He has to eat these animals because he's a meat eater. I have to dispatch the rabbit, if that's what he's caught, fast, because naturally a wild hawk or predator, falcon, whatever it is, when they catch their prey, the prey is killed in a way that they don't really care about and could take time. I mean, that's what life is. It's very tough. I don't like it. But I've got the hawk, and if he catches, I have to dispatch of it as fast as I can and make that the most humane way of success for the hawk as possible. And I find it difficult. So much so that I wonder whether I can do this. But I do it because I love the fact that the hawk is flying free, natural, and he's doing his natural thing. But I just find that part difficult. Now, this area here, I used to clear rabbits for them for a few years, as far as the eye can see, and I'd ferret these rabbits. I'd have to write down where I caught them, how many, and used to take them then to the zoos. And I used to get, I forget what it was now, a few bob per rabbit, which helped replace nets and stuff like that. But after a while, I couldn't do it anymore. But the trouble is, if it's not done in that way, you get another system where someone comes along and gasses rabbits, and you're then destroying whatever else is in that hollow, whether it be snakes, mice, rats, anything. So there's a necessary evil to pest control, and it's difficult and it has some controversy, but it has to be done. If it's not done, especially down there, there's loads and there's holes, and then you get a cow roaming these pastures around here. The cow goes down the hole, breaks its leg, and then the cow's put down. You know, there's just so many things that can happen. A walker could put their foot down then break the leg, and that's not good. So everyone's responsible for the lands, and that is part of owning the land, is being responsible and managing. And generally, if it's managed correctly, you're going to have a good system. You all right, mate? What's that there? What's that there? Hey? Would you like to try some food on my glove? I'm going to go and sit over there on that bench, and let's see if Woody will eat something off my fist. He hasn't done it for a long time. He's been eating in the mews, but he won't take anything off me. So I've left it a little bit later in the day, so he should be ready for a bit of food, and I think he's calm enough with me now to actually take food from my glove. Although he hasn't been doing it, I think he will now. We've had him on the perch for quite a few hours. We've been out for a walk and he's quite settled. Let's have a look. Looks like he's just going to have a rouse. Normally he'll eat a drumstick. Yeah, Woody. He does like a drumstick. And there you go. Sometimes it just takes that little bit, and he'll start. He didn't want to eat that on my fist. He will do. So I'll have a look at next week's video and see how we progress through the week. I'll give him another week and I might start getting him on the pre-ounce anyway. Bring his weight down a bit, but he's at his fat weight now. He's just eating his daily feed. Yesterday he had a big old back rabbit leg. Bit fussy now, mate, yeah. Have a whole one. What I'll do now is put him away and then feed him again them same parts. You see the difference. Could leave him there and he would eat it, but I'm going to put him away now. End of exercise, started raining. Like a bit of rain, don't you, mate? Hey? You like a bit of rain? You'd be quite happy sitting out here in this warm rain, wouldn't you, mate? I'm going to put you in and see whether you eat your food straight away. Step. I'm sure you will. This is just an exercise, isn't it, mate? In your own environment, at fat weight, feel comfortable. Once he starts cooling again as his weight goes off, which he probably will, he's been very quiet through the summer, but he may start cooling a bit. He's just had a whole chick out here on the perch. There's another one there. He's not even worried about that. So he had a big old bit of rabbit yesterday. But we'll see by next week. We'll see what he's doing. This week he's not eating off my fist. I bet by next week he will be.